Hi, welcome back to my channel, and I appreciate you checking out my video. So today, one of the things I always wondered is transferring either one of my paintings or like a digital art or something onto a piece of wood or maybe another canvas or whatever it may be. So what I have here is a painting that I did, and I cut out the background, and then this one is digital art, just playing around. So I've watched quite a few videos of how people are doing it. Oftentimes what I'm seeing are photos or either stock images or some kind of image from somewhere else, but I haven't seen like actual paintings. I'm sure they're out there, I just haven't seen it, but I wanted to see how I can transfer some of my paintings onto, like I said, a piece of wood or maybe another canvas or smaller canvas, or other, type of material. So I just wanted to experiment and see how that goes. So I flipped the image once I printed it, and this is a regular paper. The type of printer that I use is an inkjet, so I don't think it's gonna matter for this project, but I've heard other people say that laser is a better option. I guess it really depends too on the type of paper you use. So, definitely wanted to experiment and see how it goes. So I think I'm gonna start with this one. This is a 5x5, and what I did was before I printed it, I measured it 5x5. So I'm just gonna cut within the lines. Like I said, really the only image that's gonna hopefully stay on the piece of wood is, Frankenstein, and obviously none of this. So I'm gonna cut this out, and then we can start experimenting, and I'm not gonna be perfect. Again, this is just kind of seeing how it looks. This is my first time, so I can completely screw it up. Who knows? But I like experimenting, so let's see how it goes. All right, so I have this cut out, and the reason I added that square is just so I can kind of, keep track. So when I eventually lay it down, I can kind of see where it goes and not be, if I cut off too much, it might still work, but I just wanted to try it with that and cut within it. And then what I'm gonna use, this is the only Mod Podge that I have here at the house. Other people use different mediums. But this is the only thing I had, so I'm gonna try with it. Well, I think I may have used it once. So anyway, so what I'm gonna do is take one of these brushes, and then I'm just gonna cover this part up. All right, so welcome back. So it looks pretty dry. What I did was I originally took a hair dryer and I was trying to dry it that way, but I felt the heat will probably melt the glue and not so much dry it. So I stuck it in front of a fan, one of my turbo fans that I have, for a while, probably like an hour. Technically, from the videos that I saw, you're supposed to leave it for like 24 hours overnight. But since this is my first time, I'm anxious and wanted to know how it looked. So I can tell already right here. So what happened was when I was pressing on it the first time, it must have stuck, and yeah, you can see it's right here. But you could tell that some of the paint transferred over. So anyways, and like I said, it's my first time, so I want to see um transferring some of my artwork. I see people doing photos and different images, but not so much art. I'm sure it's out there, but I personally haven't seen it. But anyway, so I just wanted to see on one of my paintings that I did. So I printed it on a thin piece of paper like this, and then let's see how it goes. So I have a wet sponge back here. So let's start wetting that part. Oh wow, you could see I do see that maybe some of the colors bled. So let's take a look once I see what happens. Oh, it's coming off. Here it goes. So yeah, you probably do need to let it sit longer, obviously. But I kind of like the colors bleeding. Let's see, let's continue with this. All right, so here it is. It actually looks pretty cool considering that I didn't wait and I rushed it. But the fact that it transferred over onto the piece of wood is actually really nice. The only thing I don't like obviously is rubbing off all the paper, and you got so many little tiny particles in there. I've seen people use different types of paper that just peels off, but obviously I didn't have that handy, and I just wanted to see how it looked with just regular paper. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try it again with this one and on this piece on my next video, and then that one I'm just gonna leave it overnight and see how that turns out versus the one that I did it like within an hour. So subscribe to my video, like it, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.